Okay, pause, Shayla. Hold on. Because I told you guys we are playing with technology right now. And let me put you on speaker because I just realized Facebook can't hear you. Okay, you get a redo. Here we go. One more time.
Okay. Well, again, look. Hello, I am Shayla Bell, author, speaker, and like I said, newly certified coach. I help women manifest their goals in 90-day periods. I help them create an action plan and guide them through the implementation of it.
I love that. And Shayla is an action taker. We have one of our business boo coaches, Miss Natasha Ferguson. She was newly certified this past week. So shouts out to our new coaches. I know I just got a request for Pastor Dr. Billy Cox to join us as well. She was in our Fast Coach training class. Hey, new coaches, how y'all doing? So Shayla's here as a living testimony. Just a few short days ago, she was live in Atlanta with me at the Fast Coach training, personal life coach certification. Listen, it's only one day. A lot of people say, AJ, how do you guys fit all of this in one day? Honey, you just have to be there. Tell them, Shayla.
You got to be there.
Awesome. You got, what was that last part?
I said, and it's awesome.
And it's awesome, yes. So, Pixie's been there in class with me, Natasha, Shayla. Hey, Minister Deidre, once again. But I've been coaching with FastCoachTraining.com for about 2 years, so I always start our coaching calls telling you guys, if you've never sat in a class with me and you're already certified, listen, you can come and do a free refresher course with me. And by the way, if you know somebody, even if you're not certified through Fast Coach Training, and by some act of technology you're listening to this coaching call, send someone over to fastcoachtraining.com. The beauty of going through fastcoachtraining.com 1-day personal certification course is that you get $50 when you send someone else. So I'm going to get off that soapbox, but that's just another way to make money. Shayla, let's dive into the question that I put out there. You had about marketing. I wish I could bring it up on one of these phones, but honey, all of them are occupied. So can you read me what your question was, and let's dive into some effective marketing for your coaching business.
Yes. My question was, what's the best marketing tool for non-automated coaching services? Like, how do I get my message out there so people understand what I do and the people pay? Because I know people are scared to say that sometimes. The people got to pay.
Amen.
So I need to know how to get my message out there.
Shayla say this is not...
And they send the money.
Yes. I know that's why you say this is not for free. This is not for play. This is a real business. So I really respect your question, Shayla, because although you just put it out there, I'm newly certified, but hey, I'm ready to get paid. And a lot of people are afraid to ask that question. So we're going to dive into a little bit. And I love that last part that you put on your question. You said in a non-automated coaching format. And the reason I love that is because you guys know I'm queen of audio and I'm queen of automation. So I love putting together a coaching program, like how to write your first book, how to go speak and share your message, how to market your book and start making money getting that message out there. I love that because I can automate and systemize a process that I turn into a coaching program. And by the way, I'm going to be sharing a great resource that Shayla even jumped on about a week or so ago, helping you guys create your first coaching program and teaching you how to promote it. So starting with that, Shayla, I know you purchased the Passive Profits course, which I just shared with the other coaches about. And for those of you who have not gotten your copy, it's only $20.18, not for much longer. It's over at bit.ly/coaching secret. Again, bit.ly/coaching secret. Go grab the Passive Profits course that Shayla and about 5 other coaches jumped on like at the last minute recently. I just seen all these PayPal notifications pop up and my heart just warmed even more because that's my favorite notification. But anyway, I brought all that up because I love coaching. I love automating a system. And then I love teaching other coaches how to do it. So again, bit.ly/coaching secret. Coaches, that's where you go and get this resource. It will not be available for much longer, especially for the $20.18. Now, I say all that because that's the place you want to get in your coaching business, where you're tired of just one-on-ones, or you want to serve more than one person at one time and still make an impact. You want to get eventually to the automation. But like Shayla said, she's ready to coach, get paid, let people know what they're getting, and get her message out there. So let's start there, Shayla. I know you said you are a coach, you help people take action. You really do, because you have this wonderful 90-day vision journal, which I'm just proud of you for writing on your own and just taking over as just an action taker. And by the way, that's what clients look for. What is my coach doing that I can get her to help me do as well, or him? I know there's some male coaches as well. But what is your message right now, in addition to you telling people, here's what you get as a part of joining me as your coach? I am the action taker. I'm going to show you how to do blank. Other than take action, what's another message that you would put out there, Shayla?
Other than take action, I think where a lot of us fall short is actually, like I said, manifesting it. So them actually seeing the action they put forth. I guess, what's a good way to put it? Like being born. So you say, okay, I'm going to put action towards doing this book, and you're doing all this action, but you still don't have a physical book, per se, like this, for example. So, that's my message. I can help you actually get it done, and just instead of saying you're going to get it done.
Okay. So give me an example of somebody you've successfully worked with and helped them to take action and get something done recently.
Okay. I have a client, a young lady, named Samantha. She wanted to rebrand. She didn't know. I guess, how can I say this? She didn't know how to rebrand herself. Everybody had her in a box, but she wanted to send a clear message out of what she's doing. So she basically is like a traveling chef. So we rebranded like all of her social media. She did a photo shoot, kind of in correlation with the vision she wanted everybody to see of her. She also started a blog, and now she's starting a website. But her blog is basically her traveling, going to different places, trying new foods, and redoing the recipes. But that's what we did. We rebranded her in that way. Because before, people just saw her as like a multi-leveling travel agent. But she had a little bit more to her that she wanted to show. So that's one example, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But we actually, got her brand out there, and people understand who she is now and what she does.
Right. And Samantha's here in Atlanta, right?
Say it again.
Samantha, the traveling chef, she's here in Atlanta, right? Okay, I think I know her. She looks like Joyce Littell, doesn't she?
You said she looked like Joyce Patel.
Joyce Littell, the radio personality. You know who I'm talking about, with the gray hair and the afro?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I was just trying to make sure we're talking about the same person. Every time I see her, I tell her that. So I'm so glad to know that you're... Yeah, I'm glad to know that you're working with...
I'm going to send you a picture, though.
Okay, make sure we talk about the same person, because this girl I'm talking about, she's the chef in Pearl. Sorry. Okay, so I'm mixing her up with someone else.
Okay.
Anywho, she is also a traveling chef. So I thought we were talking about somebody local whose message you've helped kind of redo. But I love the fact that you can take a scenario. So let's pick out maybe, like, other than social media and other than rebranding her message, because that's what you're asking for help with as well, sharing your message. What is maybe like two main things that you can remember her saying, oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you helped coach me through this, Coach Shayla? So what are like two standout aha moments that you remember her having as a result of working with you as her coach?
I've heard her and another person say something about basically unique ideas. And I think outside of the box. I try not to think like other people. So I kind of try to help people think outside of the norm. Like, what can make them stand out beyond everybody else? Like, if somebody wants to do t-shirts, I'm like, okay, so what's special about you that your t-shirt is going to be different from the other 10,000 other people I see on Facebook every day?
Right.
Doing t-shirts, like, what's different about you? So, I know 2 people have told me that I help them basically come up with unique ideas that's outside of the norm or what other people would think to see. I'm trying to think of what else I don't know, Andrika.
This is live coaching in action, guys.
Oh my God. These tough questions. I don't know what else. Let me think.
Okay, so you mentioned out of the box thinking, you mentioned unique ideas, and you mentioned taking action. So I'll kind of let you off the hook with one of them since we don't have that much more time left. But I want you to be thinking about that, because your clients who you've already served, whether they've paid you before or not, are going to tell you what you did for them. So those 3 things, unboxed ideas or out of the box thinking, action taker, and unique ideas, those are powerful action words to help you successfully market your coaching business, because this is from one client to a potential client where you're sharing what you've already done successfully for someone else. So that's why I asked you kind of 2 top of mind things that'll rattle off when you're networking or when you're meeting someone and you do want them to pay. You have to tell them what results they're going to get, and those results are usually reflected in work you've already done. So what I would advise you as your coach for the night is to see if you can get that last chef on wheels to put in writing exactly in her words what she feels like you've done for her. And you take her words and put a little Shayla magic on it, and that becomes your marketing message. So for example, I am a master business coach, started out as a life coach, but my in-between is where I meet women entrepreneurs who have these new business and they do want to get the word out. They want to share their marketing message. And so I sprinkle what's known as messaging magic on it. And I listen to your story. I listen to you tell me what you've done. And I help you take a regular conversation and turn it into clients' cash checks and credit cards. And so when I stand up to speak, when I go out to network, when I meet someone who could potentially need my services, those are the 3 C's that I mentioned: clients, cash checks, and credit cards. Sorry, that's 4. And they may not remember my name, but they remember the 3 C's. So people approach me after networking events saying, "You're the 3C lady, right?" And they remember that cash part. So because I'm speaking to the results that I give my coaching clients, then they can say, well, how do you do that? And that opens up a conversation for me to further market my business, saying, I help you write your first book and I help you to market your message. So that starts my own conversation that's going to become clients, cash, checks, and credit cards. And it also leads to referrals. So you have to find what your clients are telling you that you've done for them. You put your own spin on it, and then you start to see the reality. Like I mentioned at the top of our call, I am sitting outside in my car, air conditioned blasting. So sorry if you guys hear the noise in the back, outside of a coach's event that I trained, helped her write her book. And now she's sharing her message with over almost 150 books sold over the last 90 days. Those are results, and that's how you start to see your marketing manifest itself. When you tell people what you do, you give them those results, and then you start to witness the results with them. I know that was a long answer, but does that kind of make sense? Is it a little clear?
Yes, that makes sense.
Cool. So you mentioned action taker, you mentioned unboxed ideas, and you mentioned unique ideas. I gave you like 90 seconds to think. What's that one other thing that, what's that one more thing that comes to mind that you've helped a client obtain recently? I know you were listening, but.
I wrote down one thing, but I still don't think that's it.
What you got?
I wrote down, I guess, manifesting the vision. So, but I don't know if that, I think I need to get more detail on what that means.
Yes, I like manifesting, but you will definitely have to explain manifesting to people who don't use that vocabulary on a daily. So if you mention helping manifesting ideas, manifesting the vision, unboxing ideas, and taking action, you could say something like taking action on manifesting your vision, or I help clients take action on manifesting their vision through unboxed ideas. or thinking outside the box or something like that. You get really creative, sprinkle a little messaging magic on it, add more result oriented. This is what you're going to get from working with me. And that's your marketing message that speaks to clients who need you in their life.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts so far?
Then I got some work to do, but my thoughts so far, because I'm taking like 1,000 notes, trying to get this together. But I understand where you're going with the message of basically, I understand where you're going with the message. So my thoughts so far are that I need to come up with this tonight. That's what I feel like. I need to get this together tonight. But I definitely want to use the action taking and the something about the kind of the out of the box ideas for sure. So I'm going to put that together. That's my only thought so far.
Okay, and so what I want to say at this point, yeah, and it's no rush. I know my job as your master business coach is to ask you these tough questions to get you thinking, but I don't want you to think that you have to rush this process, because when you just throw something together, and I know you won't, because I know you're action taking, you want things to be right. But when people take what I say and try to be a mini AJ, it becomes it doesn't make sense at the end. So not saying that you're going to do that. I know you won't. I know you'll ask questions if you have them, and you know I'm here. I'm only an inbox request away. But what I want to say is take your time, think about it, pray about it if you have to, and let it come to you. Let it manifest, because it's not something to be rushed. It took me, I want to say, years to come up with helping coaches convert conversations to clients, cash checks, and credit cards. And the reason I remember is because they all start with C. And this came to me after an event. I was riding home and speaking with a client on the phone, and I don't even remember the conversation, but I too was trying to come up with a tagline, and all of that just came rushing to me. And I was driving, and I have a stick shift, so I need both my hands and both of my feet. But I had to pull over, write on like this little journal or something I had just laying in the passenger side, and I had to write it down as it came to mind. So I said all that because I want you to take your time with it, play around with those words, and I promise you, once we hang up, you're going to start thinking. You know how like you have a good conversation and then later you're like, I should have said this and I should have asked this. All of that is going to come to you as soon as we end this coaching call, I promise. But one thing I also want you to know is the most powerful part of successfully marketing any business, but especially a coaching business, because it's service-based and you're helping others transform their lives, is you have to tell how coaching or what you do as a coach has gotten you to this point. What was that transformation in your life? So real quick, I always share the story about how it took me 15 years to graduate college, and then 10 years ago, as I was leaving divorce court and walking down the hall to get on the elevator, I got a call. And as I'm seeing my now ex-husband for the last time, elevator doors are closing. I pick up the phone, and it's my cousin telling me my mom had just passed. Now I start there, and I can do that in 30 seconds or less. And then I can leave you on a cliffhanger with letting you know that all of that happened in that one day led me to exactly where I am as a coach. And it was all a business building blessing in disguise. That's part of my story. Now, the other part are in all 8 of my books. You can find them on thebossof.me. But I said all of that because I want you to think about a time in your life when you had that spark of idea and what brought you to where you are as a coach right now. So because I know you I know how you got into coaching. You were really already coaching before you walked through the training doors to be with me that one day. But real quick, can you tell us just a little bit about what motivated you to become a coach and want to help people so badly, kind of unbox those ideas, take action, and give them that unique spin on their own message? Tell us what led you to where you are as a newly certified personal life coach.
I'm going to try to make this short. So, look, basically what happened was I decided to write a book on basically how I get things done, like the method I use to get things done, like 90-day planning and action planning. In that, I started getting phone calls from people asking me to come to their events because they heard I wrote a book and wanted me to basically present it to their audience. And that's how I ended up coaching. But I just have a desire to see women living their purpose. And if I can help them create an action plan and get them off on the first 90 days, then I've done what I'm supposed to do. But that's my passion, just seeing people who walk their purpose on their God-given purpose. Mm-hmm. So that's why I started doing it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so
it kind of grieves me when we don't.
Right. So all of that is a little of your coaching story in a nutshell, and the fact that you have helped other people. You're setting this example, and I know you started that first question with how to market coaching that's not automated, but really with you writing a book and you're showing people how you got things done and got that book manifested, if you will, you've already systemized something that you can automate. You can help other people take action on their vision, which is what you mentioned earlier. So I would take a piece of that story and show how you've already taken action with writing your book, and now letting people know I too can help you take action. So your tagline or your slogan may be let's take action, or let's get things done.
Okay.
So I just want you to play around with those words: getting things done, taking action, unboxing ideas, and using people's unique ideas. So maybe it's taking action on your unique vision by thinking out of the box.
Okay.
The good news about all this, I know I talk fast, I get really passionate and caught up in our conversations, but this call is recorded. So of course you guys can go back and listen to the replay. And I wanted to give Facebook Live and our coaching call about 60 seconds to ask Shayla any question you have about her marketing message starting to unfold and manifest, if you will, one of her words. What questions do you have about successfully marketing your coaching business using just a few of the tips that I've shared with Shayla? So Facebook Live, you are free to post your questions there. Conference call, I'm going to try this. Hopefully I don't hang up on Shayla, but I'm going to try to open up our Q&A at this moment. So you guys give me just a few seconds.
To start Q&A session, press 1. Q&A session started.
Yay! So it let me start the Q&A session on our conference line. Facebook Live, let me see what questions you have for Coach Shayla. And then we'll be wrapping up within the next moment or so. Let me go to the conference line.
To start Q&A session, there are no questions pending yet.
All right, so conference line does not have any questions. Facebook Live, I thank you for your patience and your time. Shouts out to everyone who hung out with us. But before we go, Shayla, is there any final question, any final thought that you want to just kind of throw out there, and let's see if we can clarify it and or keep the conversation going in our Facebook Live discussion box?
Right now, I don't have any further questions, but I know you have my gears turning.
Good.
Right now. But I think you clarified everything, and I don't have any further questions right now.
Good. Well, thank you so much for being a great sport, allowing me to coach you live on the conference call, the coaching call during this time. And like I said, I know it's short. We can get really deep in this conversation, but I'm glad you have enough little nuggets to go chew on for a moment. And like I said, if you have any questions, send me an inbox so we can jump on the call. And for those of you who want to hear a really, really in-depth coaching call that I have for my clients, Renee, we developed her first coaching program. I showed her how to automate it and how to put her marketing message or her promotional languaging behind that first coaching program. So we dove in a little bit deeper than we had time to dive in tonight here live with Shayla. But if you want to know how I did it, all of that is added as a bonus over at bit.ly/coaching secret. That is the Passive Profits course where you're learning how to create your first or next coaching course. And I'm showing you how I did it with another live coaching call. So again, bit.ly/coaching bit.ly/coaching secret. It is only $20.18, but not for long. You guys better jump on it. I want to see some more PayPal notifications as we wrap up tonight. So again, Shayla, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Facebook Live. Thank you, conference call. And until we meet again, my Facebook friends, I want to leave you with this. There is someone somewhere waiting on you to walk in your coaching destiny so they can walk into theirs. Because it's when you let your light shine, you give others permission to do the same. I am Coach Andrika J. Austin, and thanks again to my guest, Coach Shayla Bell. You guys can find her on Facebook, and I'll see you over at bit.ly/coaching secret. Have a great night. God bless.